welcome to your next session for this year's TechEd. The title of the session is Your Move to SAP S/4HANA with SAP Cloud ALM and Lifecycle Management Tools. My name is Joerg. I'm working as product manager in the area of application lifecycle management. Obviously, I'm alone here in this room, but I have in the back two colleagues of mine, Boris Rupert and Boris Tasker. They are going to help me with all your questions that you have maybe during that session. So feel free to raise any question that you want. We try to answer them during the session, and maybe we have also at the end some time for Q&A. So how does the agenda actually look like? At the beginning, I want just to do a short recap, the ways that you can go actually to move to SAP S/4HANA. And then I'm going to talk about the methodology that we are offering and the different tools and services that we have in place. And at the end of this slide deck that you're also going to receive then after this session, I've collected several links, very useful information where you can then also make a deeper dive into the different topics. Okay, so I think you have already seen that kind of slide in different flavors in the past. So which transition paths do we offer to move to SAP S/4HANA? So one approach is the reuse with the in-place conversion. This is more or less maybe the quickest or the fastest way to go to SAP S/4HANA. We call this the system conversion approach, and we have for this then two targets that you can tackle. So you can either move to SAP S/4HANA on-premise, or you can also move to SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition. If you want to do kind of re-engineering with data migration, we have actually two ways. One is highly standardized, where you also can leverage SAP best practices with a clean core. This is the so-called new implementation. And there we have, besides the S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition and the S/4HANA on-premise, also the possibility that you move to S/4HANA Public Cloud. And the other way, the customer-tailored one, is where you can select individual which business processes you want to reuse of your current ERP solution, and which of them are you maybe going more back to standard, and you just want to take over also some old data from your previous system. And this approach is called selective data transition. Target environment here is S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition and S/4HANA, the same as for the system conversion. Okay, what I like to know now from your end, because it's always important for us to know which ways our customers want to go to. If you go to S/4HANA, which way you are choosing? Do you go for the system conversion, which is also sometimes called brownfield way? Do you go for the new implementation, called greenfield, selective data transition, which is the blue field, or whether you haven't decided this yet? So feel free to use the poll, and hopefully I see then also the results here on the screen, and to check out then the results. So far I only see questions, and seems okay. So I'll give you just some more seconds. So far no votes have been done. Okay, so all right, so we have more than 340 participants, and seems that maybe the poll is also not working. So maybe we skip that part now and continue with the next slides. Okay, so when I started to have a look on the system conversion approach, what I was seeing that in previous TechEds, we were sometimes only just focusing on individual tools. So a specific tool that can help you in a specific challenge. And what was missing from my perspective was that we have an end-to-end guidance for customers that are running these different projects. And I was then checking what can our baseline methodology for implementing SAP tools for implementing SAP solutions can offer. And this implementation methodology is SAP Activate. And SAP Activate is structured in different phases. And in these different phases, then it explains the different steps and also tools that you can leverage. And what we also have in SAP Activate is that we have specific Activate roadmaps for the new implementation, for the system conversion, and also for the selective data transition. So it already helps you to get this end-to-end view. And now we just need to make sure that you also can use this Activate methodology in the right way. And by the way, I'm also now getting here the polls inside. So I see that more than 30% of the customers that are attending here that session want to go with the system conversion. That's great because you are in the right session. And the other ones, of course, you can also stay and maybe you get some more information and maybe you get also convinced to go for the system conversion instead of one of the other approaches. All right, so when we have a look at the different tools per phase, then you see that we have in the Discover phase, we have there the SAP Activate methodology, we have the SAP Readiness Check. You can also get familiar already with the Cloud Integration Automation Service. And then from the Prepare phase onwards, you see in every single phase that we have SAP Cloud ALM, which is part of this Activate roadmap. So it definitely makes sense to have a closer look how Cloud ALM can support in the conversion project. In the Explore phase, we have the custom code migration app. We have, again, the SAP Readiness Check, then leveraged by or powered by Cloud ALM. We have the data transition validation, and doing then the deploy, doing really the system conversion, already the software update manager with the database migration option. So a lot of powerful tools. And here's then the next poll, where I want to ask you which of these tools you are already aware of or that you already know. And what I can see now here, because we already have this poll live for some seconds, that a lot of you, for example, know the SAP Readiness Check. It's already a good sign because one of the most crucial tools definitely that we have in the system conversion approach. The software update manager is also well known. I see that, for example, data transition validation is not that much known. So how I'm going to structure now the presentation in the upcoming minutes is that I will explain these tools that you already know quite well. I will go through this a little bit faster, and on the other tools that are not that good known to you, I will spend some more words. At the end, anyway, you get the presentation, all the detailed pages also inside, so definitely you will get all the information that you require. Okay, so SAP Activate, so maybe let's start with that. In the Discover phase, we have our methodology as said. We have the SAP Readiness Check, and we have the Cloud Integration Automation Service. So starting maybe with the Activate methodology, as said, it's our methodology to implement SAP solutions where we have really then the approach in structured phases. And we have also the accelerators, so that really make you give you the possibility to have a faster implementation because everything is already explained, and also sometimes standard configuration can be started from within the Activate content. SAP Readiness Check, I see this also now voted even the tool that is mostly known to nearly 30% of the attendance, of the attendees. So in a nutshell, what it is doing is you collect the data of your current ERP solution. So it collects the information, which transactions, which reports you are executing, and it compares this against a so-called simplification item database. And what you then get as an output is the information, what you need to do to convert your system from ERP to S4. So it's really custom tailored then, and giving you really good insights of how at the beginning of this project, how much effort you also need to expect to get it running, and later on also during the process of the simplification items, what you need to do. So let's have a look at the Cloud Integration Automation Service, also not that well known. So let's have a look there. We need the Cloud Integration Automation Service for a specific use case in the conversion project, later on in combination with the custom code migration app. So at the end, in a nutshell, what it does is it helps you to configure different scenarios. So instead of that you need to read manuals or PDF documents or SAP notes, you get a workflow. In this workflow, then we have predefined tasks that you can assign to the responsible person. And we have also their automated steps inside. So if you need to configure a certain system connection, maybe, then you just maintain the information about the related system, and the Cloud Integration Automation Service is doing the rest of this on its own. All right, so let's jump back to our overview and go to the prepare phase. So Cloud ALM, known to 15% of the attendees. So let's spend there also some time. So Cloud ALM is our tool for application lifecycle management in the cloud. And having there a closer look, because in that scenario of the system conversion, or the project environment of the system conversion, it was not that much positioned in the past. So just some facts and figures. So it's included in the SAP Enterprise support and subscription. The supported solutions is independent whether you are a cloud-centric customer, whether you have a hybrid solution, or whether you have on-premise landscape. It's supporting all of them. And it's cloud native, as the third information about. So when you request Cloud ALM, the tenant will be available within 15 minutes. And we ship every 2 weeks of new features. So we are also making there a lot of new developments and new functionalities. So how does it help you? It's helping you with adopting the latest innovations. So we have the design to deploy process in place, so you can document your business processes. And you can also create requirements, user stories then out of this. You can do the whole configuration. You can assign transport requests and control transport requests on the managed systems. You can do all the testing, independent whether it's manual or automated. And it helps you for the deployment later on also. Then, also important, it helps you to keep the system running. So we're talking there about all the monitoring capabilities that Cloud ALM has. You can then have there also the detection of issues on your system. It helps you to analyze these issues, to correct it. And if that specific error is maybe happening again, that's also automatically resolved in future. And it's also optimized with SAP services. So whenever you require support from SAP, it helps you to make the collaboration with the SAP support. All right, then let's go to the explore phase. So I already mentioned the custom code migration app. So it's quite good known to the attendees. Let's say 15% said that they know this solution. So at the end, what the custom code migration app is doing, the system conversion is technically seen a conversion from an old code line to a newer code line. So this means if you have custom code in place, it's quite likely to simplified SAP code that the custom code is not working anymore. And there, the custom code migration app comes into the game. So it's analyzing the custom code that you have, and it's then giving you the information which of this custom code is redundant, has not been used even in the past. It helps you to remediate also the custom code. It gives you candidates to make a back to standard implementation also, so that you move away from your custom code. And we also offer for some of these code adjustments so-called quick fixes. So it's really a one-step approach that you right-click on an object and say apply quick fix, and then it's doing the code adjustments accordingly. And as said, now in the play with the Cloud Integration Automation Service, the custom code migration app is running on BTP, and we need to connect to the backend R3, to the backend ERP system or business suite. And that's done via the Cloud Connector, and the Cloud Integration Automation Service just offers then this workflow so that you can get this connection easily done, and you don't have to do there much of manual configuration steps to get this working. Okay, and then continuing with the realize. So here then data transition validation. This is now something that only has 2.2% of the attendees know this. So I will spend here now some words. I mean, the accuracy of the data that is then converted during the system conversion is very important. So you need to needs to be reliable, that the data after the system conversion is the same as beforehand. And there the data transition validation tool helps you. So what it's actually doing, it's coming with predefined, pre-delivered validation contents. There are business reports that are used as medium for the comparison. So it checks the data before the system conversion, and then you execute that report then after the system conversion, and then you get displayed the information about things that are equal and things that are different. And then based on that result, you get then you can then take immediate actions and handle then these differences. So of course, by letting this system doing with this automated or with these reports that are validating these data, it definitely helps to reduce the downtime for the system conversion, instead of really checking manual all the data in the system. Just let the system doing it on its own. All right, then we are already in the deploy phase. And in the deploy phase, we have the software update manager playing together with the database migration option. And also checking here the poll results. So nearly 1/5 of all the attendees know the software update manager. But anyway, it's worth to spend there also some words on this. Just in general, the software update manager is the central tool for updating and upgrading SAP software components. It's also designed to minimize the system downtimes, and it offers features for the technical conversion, the data migration, and the adjustments. We have already spent quite a lot of time in past TechEds and then also other events to explain the software update manager. And we wanted to focus here in that session a little bit on the newest features and highlights that they have. And starting now with support package 17 of the software update manager, that now offers the homogeneous database migration option. So if you have an ERP system which is already running on SAP HANA database and you want to make the switch to S4 on an SAP HANA database, then this is now possible. So we have released support package 17 of the software update manager back in April this year. Then also this question comes quite often: can we do the system conversion and the move to the hyperscaler in one step? And yes, this is possible. It's possible with the so-called database migration option with system move, so abbreviation DMO. So it's also supporting this scenario. And we just recently released at the beginning of October the new support package 18 for the software update manager. And now we also support there the downtime optimized database migration option. So this is brand new, that information. Important, we always talk about the switch to SAP S4 HANA. So if you want to stay on ERP 6.0, then this is still not supported and will also not be supported. As an alternative to the DMO with system move is the move to S4. So this is the downtime optimized approach, requires low latency and also a good bandwidth, was so far just piloted until now, and with support package 17, we have this now made available for all customers. So if we make now this, let's say, summary of what is now possible, you see everything that is highlighted in purple is now supported. So if you switch from an on-premise ERP 6.0 on SAP HANA database to SAP S4 HANA on the SAP HANA database in the private cloud, you can do this with the DMO with system move and with the DMove to S4. And we also support this DMove to S4 now if you go from ERP 6.0 on any DB to private cloud. And also if you want just to make the switch from the on-premise system to the private cloud, this is also supported with both ways. You just need to find out what is the right approach for you. If the latency and the bandwidth is okay, and if you want to have this downtime optimization, then this is the way to go. Okay, then let's have a look at the Q&A and the questions that are coming in.
Live Q&A.
All right, so we have here a question from TJ Wilkinson, whether SAP Cloud ALM is the replacement of SAP Solution Manager. No, it isn't. So SAP Solution Manager is our ALM tool for on-premise customers, and the maintenance of Solution Manager is going until 2027, extended maintenance until 2030. So it's not the predecessor. So SAP Cloud ALM is not the predecessor of Solution Manager. It's just now the ALM offering for in the cloud. And what we're going to say, all customers that are saying we have now a Solution Manager in place, when do we need to switch then to Cloud ALM? It's pretty simple. So if you're already running your conversion project and you are doing this with SAP Solution Manager, then also finish that with Solution Manager. So there's no need in the middle of a project to jump to SAP Cloud ALM. Finish the project and then slowly make the move to Cloud ALM. For specific data, we will offer also transition. So, for example, the solution documentation that you have in place in Solution Manager, this will be it will be possible to move it to Cloud ALM. Also talking maybe about test steps or test steps data that we want to take over. But it's not a successor. It's just an additional possibility in future available for ALM in the cloud. So then there's the question from Volker Schmid, whether Solman still plays a role in the game. So as said, as long as you are having already Solution Manager in place and you want to use it in your project and you maybe have already started in the project, yeah, it definitely plays a role. We have there also Solution Manager. I mean, you have there also the Focus Build add-on in place. For example, there we have also a Readiness Check integration that you can leverage for your conversion project. We have also there the Activate content that can be put into the Solution Manager. So definitely, it still plays a role. It's just a question if you start next year or in 2 years with your conversion project. Does it make sense then to start this on the Solution Manager? Then I would say no. Then do it with Cloud ALM. Because then we will also have, we have there already quite a lot of functionalities that is helping you, and it definitely makes sense then to use the newest tool, which is then also longer supported than a set Solution Manager. Maintenance will be finished 2027, respectively 2030. Okay. There's a question whether Cloud ALM offers the same functionality as Solution Manager. So far not. It's also not the goal that it offers the complete equal functionalities or exactly the same functionalities, because in various aspects Solution Manager was definitely too complex in different situations. We want to keep it more simple in Cloud ALM, but definitely the functionalities that are so far missing but will be important or are important for our customers, like downgrade protection, will import scheduler and all these stuff. It's planned, it's on our roadmap, or partly it's even released then in the upcoming weeks and months. So we will never have really exactly the same functionalities, but maybe a bit different. But in general, we want to have their really good Cloud ALM, really good ALM solution available in the cloud. Okay, so as said, in the presentation, I also have some collections of additional information in blogs, sometimes even in YouTube. So feel free to have a look there. And you can also, of course, upskill your knowledge with additional learning content that we are offering here via the SAP TechEd. And then just a short summary, as I'm going offline in 20 seconds, I will just skip that slide, and I just want to say here, thank you for all your questions and for all your answers for the polls. And I hope you enjoyed the sessions, and Then have a good evening and good rest of the day. Thank you.